Let's talk about chocolate with Scotch whiskey. I'm just saying, how can you go wrong? Single malt Scotch and chocolate. Now, sometimes when I have people here in the Whiskey Snug, the men aren't really that interested in the chocolate. But what we find is that when you pair the chocolate with the whiskey, it brings out the flavor more intensely for both of them. I was lucky enough to go to Scotland in Pitlochry and meet with Ian Burnett, who won the world's best chocolate whiskey, or just chocolate truffle. There's no whiskeys in any part of his chocolates. And he met with several of the master distillers and kind of went through the whole process of finding the highlights in the whiskey with the flavors in the chocolate and how they could intensify each other. And done correctly, it's an incredible experience. So one of the whiskeys that he used was a favorite whiskey of mine that he and a master distiller sat down with, and it's the Ben Romac. Now, Ben Romac is a 10-year-old, and I've sold quite a bit of Ben Romac because, for one thing, I like it, and what I really like about it is it's a Speyside, but it has a light peat note to it, and a lot of the Speysides you really can't pick up on that. But it's a very balanced whiskey. Whiskey Advocate wrote it up real highly and chose it as one of the whiskeys of the year, I think like 2015, so I gave it a try, and I've been promoting it and selling it ever since. So great whiskey, light peat. So what he's matched this with, what Ian Burnett has matched it with, is he matched it with a raspberry truffle, and he also matched it with a praline truffle. And it's incredible. I'm going to try both of them, kind of walk through it with you, but it's incredible how the different chocolates bring out different notes in the whiskey. He doesn't always do a primary and a secondary chocolate, but with the Ben Romac and the balance on it, he did. So let me pour a little bit of this Ben Romac, which is a favorite of mine, and there's a process in terms of how you do this as well. I'm going to pour a little bit of Ben Romac, and what we do is we're going to nose it with your Glencairn glass, and you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and it brings all that aroma and all of the beautiful nosing elements. And on this one, since we have 80% hogshead sherry, or 20% hogshead sherry barrel, and we also have a first fill sherry cask for at the end, you got some wonderful notes on it. So sherry with some fruit, which you'll get a lot of fruit out of Speyside. There's a spice, green apple, and just a light amount of peat on that. So now that's, we nosed it, and then we're going to follow it. And I'm going to start with the raspberry. Now I just took the truffle and I just sliced a piece up, because you actually don't need a lot. I mean, you can extend this thing on forever. So I would take the chocolate, let me nose again. He only uses fresh raspberries with this, and it's definitely got that truffle feel and texture, but you got the raspberry flavor. And on the taste, the Ben Romac has a raspberry, so I mean, they just blend like, as Forrest Gump would say, peas and carrots. I mean, it is incredible. And you can continue to taste the flavor by more chocolate, cherry, the chocolate, and then the Ben Romac. That's what I'm talking about. And at the very end, you've had the raspberry, you get that little peat hint. And I don't know about you, but I like peat anyway, because I feel like you just sort of roasted your whiskey. So it's really good. So I'm going to go through now and I'm going to nose it again. And Ian also picked out with this the dark praline. So I'm going to totally a different thing going on with the praline. It's a kind of more reminiscent of like a nutty normal. And this time, or the other one, it increased. You don't get the raspberry, you just get this full body sort of sweetness that comes out with it. And it does not always do it that way, because I've tried things and tried to pair them myself. It doesn't always work like that. I mean, they know what they're doing when they pair them. If you go to Ben Romack, to their distillery, they have this pairing there for you. So I'm going to do one more time. I'm just going to tell you. You're going to want to do it one more time and one more time. You really need to let that chocolate melt in your mouth and into your senses before you add your whiskey in the back end. Incredible. And then just a little bit of spice and the peat on the back part. I'm not sure, he had the raspberry as his first choice, and it is incredible about how the raspberry just sort of erupts there. But I'm telling you, the praline and the Ben Romack just really snuggle up together. So you might think about trying this, because it allows you to more fully explore your whiskey or your chocolate, depending on how you go. Sláinte, try it, you'll like it.